I got the book here in my bookshelf. There we go. Here, this is probably one of the finest books that I have ever read, The Spiritual Life. It's called Awake, and it is by Father Ron. By me. This is my book. And yeah, look, it's even got pictures, just the way I like it. My favorite author is by a priest, an oblate, I believe. His name is Father Ronald, good name, Father Ronald Rollheiser. And he's written many, many books. And the man is brilliant. But the powerful part of his own journey is what he shares in connecting real life to the spiritual life, real life experiences, struggles, and joys with the holy. And the way he does it, it's just so grounded, so down to earth, so easily readable. And he's just a fantastic author, spiritual writer, Father Ronald Rollheiser. And with a name like that, please, how can he be bad? Billions, like a B, as in boy or bread or butter, or, you know what charity I'd start is one called Into the Woods. And it would be a charity that reaches out to poor, broken kids and give them an opportunity to experience the power and the spiritual beauty of nature. Something so many of these, especially inner city kids, urban kids, have never seen before. They've never seen a river, a pine tree. They've never heard birds singing in the morning. And because, as you probably know, those of you who listen and pray with us, nature is a big piece of my own spiritual life. It's where I find God most completely. Well, not most completely, but powerfully. And sometimes I'll go like these huge trees, and I look up, and there's this canopy, and it's like a cathedral, like I'm the inside of a church, except there's birds and there's smells of pine and leaves. Oh, snakes. Ew. But anyway, this charity would bring kids into that experience and let them have a taste of something so much more profound and beautiful than the conditions that they're stuck in, and offer them that opportunity to connect with God in a way you don't even have to say it. I would love that. And that's what I'd call it, Into the Woods. Oh, no question. Connect with God most beautifully in nature, as I mentioned already with the kids' Into the Woods charity. But it's in nature that I connect with something so much bigger than myself, that cleanses me, that lifts me. The Japanese, Shelby, I think, she said in a reflection that she was part Japanese. So maybe she knows this. She probably doesn't. But the Japanese call it forest bathing, where they go into the forest just to walk, to be cleansed. Forest bathing, cleanse of body, of soul, of spirit, the dirt. I like that. I think that's a great, except mine would be, spiritual bathing. And that would be nature, absolutely. Especially mountains and woods and streams. Oh my gosh, I want to go so bad. Oh, I'm stuck in here. A lot of stuff. Dust, Get rid of that. Laundry. Oh, no, okay. Seriously. Egg beaters. Egg beaters. If you're too lazy to crack an egg in a pan to eat it, that you need a tube of cracked eggs instead, you don't deserve that egg. That chicken doesn't deserve you eating its, oh God, why did, ew, that's horrible. I don't want to go there. 24-hour news programs. Do away. I would do that in an instant. If I became president, that's what I would do. That would be my first order. And it's ridiculous to call it news because it's not. But Fox News, oh, MSNBC, please, CNN, all of those 24-hour stuff, 99% of it are just these personalities that they will say, by their own admission, they're about entertainment, not news, when they're pushed. And they spew their opinions. And the sad part is that so many people in our country are just absorbing that and letting them lead them to what they think that they need to believe. And of course it's going to happen. That's all they're watching all day long. And as opposed to get rid of it, have only 3 hours for all these Fox, MSNBC, and then all they can do is program 3 hours. So however you want to do that. But then most of it would at least be probably objective news. And then we, the society, would have to take these pieces of information and come to our own conclusion. What is it, knowing what's happened, what we need, what we don't have, what is it that I believe? What are my values that I embrace? Rather than letting some talking head tell me that, surrounded by all this negativity and grossness. So they probably eat egg beaters. Over, always over. Why is this even a question? Oh my gosh. Give me a break. My favorite saint, okay. There's no way I cannot say my favorite saint is Saint Vincent de Paul, the founder of my community of priests, Vincentians. I mean, if I didn't say that, the other 21 guys that I live with in my house would kill me. Well, and for many other reasons, but yeah, Saint Vincent de Paul. And I say that because I mean it, which is why I was drawn to this community and chose to be a Vincentian priest as opposed to, a Jesuit. Well, for other reasons too, I'm not near that smart. Yeah, Saint Vincent was, I think what attracted me to him was that his simplicity. He started and he had this great conversion. He chose to become a priest to move up the corporate ladder to make money back when you could, being a priest. And then he had a conversion of heart. And suddenly then his whole life was about not lifting himself up, but reaching out and lifting those who were broken around him, those who needed something more. And he was that more for them. And my dad, he was an oncologist. My mom was a nurse. So that whole idea of reaching out and helping others and lifting them to wholeness and health, that really hit me. And that's why St. Vincent de Paul, for sure. Yeah, I love quotes. I have a whole list in my computer of great quotes that I love. But my favorite, probably, I guess it's from Nietzsche, and this philosopher, wagged out philosopher. But he said this great line. He said, "Be kind, for everyone you meet is hurting." Be kind, for everyone you meet is hurting. And the older I get and the more, the more I know my own hurting, but just the people I talk with that are carrying crosses, that are just burdening in their lives, or even your own prayers that you have asked for me and my brother priest to lift up at Mass. Oh my gosh, sometimes I read these prayer intentions and I just sob. It's just what people have to go through. It's oh my gosh, it's so sad to me. But I'm aware of it, especially those times where I'm all consumed about myself, and so like I'll pass someone, it's like, hey, how's it going? And they just kind of look down and walk on. And I think, well, what is your problem? And I make it about me. And it's not about me. They're hurting. They probably are trying to negotiate something of great burden in their own lives. Maybe they just heard some bad news and they're consumed by it and they don't know how to get out of the blackness of the weight that's upon them. And I say, good morning. And they just kind of walk on. My first reaction is to judge them. And then I remember this quote: they're probably hurting. And we should honor that, honor them. Be kind to everyone. They cut you off on the interstate. They're probably not hurting. They need to be hurt. Oh, okay. Well, now this, gosh, I have so many. I have a Google document of all of my favorite scripture quotes, like my other secular ones. But probably my favorite, it's from the book of Tobit. And a lot of people are like, what? Who? What? But it's in the Bible. And the quote says, make his greatness known and exalt him in the presence of all the living. It's a great quote. Make his greatness known and exalt him in the presence of all the living. If you truly are grateful and joyful that God is a part of your life and that he gave you all of this goodness and beauty. Yes, there's heartaches. Yes, there's brokenness. Yes, there's great and deep struggle. I'm not dismissing that. But I also know that those are opportunities towards something of greatness in God. He didn't give you those things, but he can lead you through them. And the more we let ourselves, I think, be led, the more we exalt his holy name. And so our job, as Tobit says in Scripture, our job is to make his greatness known. Tell people, show people how much you love him. Make his greatness known. I love that. She did. St. Catherine Labouré, which is why the Blessed Mother appeared to her and gave her the miraculous medal. Nobody's appeared to me, and I don't think they ever will, but still, I try and live it. Oh, look, there he is. Make his greatness known. Exalt him. Wow, that worked out really well.